Hello, this is Carmen Davenport of Black Dollar Indie, and you have tuned in to Get the Bag, Business Assets and Gains, where we talk to local businesses about their journeys, their challenges, and their successes. Today, we have here a very, very, very busy man, CEO of Ultra Elite Group. He runs a business called Royal Immigrants, and he's an upcoming author of a book titled The Boy Who Walked on the Moon.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
I'm super interested in this Royal Immigrants thing, right? I
Okay.
love the name. But before we dive into it, I like to talk about the person behind the product.
Okay.
So we know you're an entrepreneur. We know you do a lot of things, but who is Larry?
A father, a son, a dreamer. Hopefully, I'm an inspiration. Um, Determined, resilient, human. Yeah, human.
Okay.
So I can be a lot of different things depending on the moment.
I like that. Human. I like that. One of the things that I try to always instill in people is give yourself permission to be human. So I love that you said that. Okay. So tell us about all the things that you do. What inspired you to do all the things?
Okay.
And just give us your journey.
So, Southside, Zuniville,
Southside,
we
yes.
start there. Bounced around a lot. Went to 7 different high schools before then. I just realized by the time I was 12 years old, I had lived with 6 different families, right? And I just thought about that recently because I'm writing a book, right? But came up, had kids early, always wanted more. Saw my father go through some rough times in his lifetime, and I said I never want that to be me. And so I just started trying to figure it out. And figuring it out sometimes when you don't have any guidance, that could look a lot of different ways. And it did look a lot of different ways. So we bounced around. I put my hands in this, played parts in that. And, at some point we got to a thing where we was like, the real estate, because I always loved real estate coming from like Monopoly. And I know it was so simple. It was a simple game, but I understood that concept. And as I got older, I was like, I really, really, really wanted to get into real estate. And so got a GED, went on to the university, did that, 4.0 GPA. I'm very proud of that.
Okay. Congratulations.
And school, I couldn't tell you any really thing that I learned from school other than the networking, but also other than showing myself or teaching myself that I could do more than what I was or who I was in the moment, and being more than what I was in the moment. And so it taught me fortitude, but it taught me to like just keep moving. And I realized the more I kept moving, the more things or opportunities or the law of attraction started bringing things to me. So we jumped into real estate and, failed miserably forward. But we kept failing forward.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We kept failing forward. Because again, I had no teachers. So a lot of things were self-taught. But the more you learn these lessons, the more you know. And so you learn here, you learn there, you keep learning, and you get to a point where you feel like you know something, so you can move to the next level. Then I realized I love challenges. So once I conquered one thing, then I was like, okay, let's try this again. Let's try it on a bigger scale. And then tried it, conquered it. Let's try this. It's funny because today I was on the phone with one of my mentors that live in Tampa, and he just bought a lake house, and we were talking, and I was telling him about a project downtown Indy that I'm thinking about maybe possibly buying to develop.
Okay.
And he was asking me why, and we got to talking. I was like, you know what, man? I need another challenge. Like, it's time for another challenge. It's time to like level up again. So
Wow.
I don't want to say I'm bored, but
But you're bored.
I'm bored. Yeah, real.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay. So let's dig into what these things are. We talked about real estate, and that's obviously the Ultra Elite Group, right?
Correct. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what you do with this particular business.
Okay. So Ultra Elite Group, we have a property management company. We have a real estate brokerage company. I'm a developer. I have my own portfolio of houses, and now we just in 2021 we got into new construction. And so we got into new construction, single family, and I was like, okay, what's the next challenge? And then we built the quadplex, and so we got into the multifamily. So we right now we partner with a lot of different CDCs around the city. We partner with Eastern Star. We're developing their projects. We're actually now developing a project for Edna Martin. So all things real estate
Okay.
is our motto.
Okay. And then you have this sweatshirt on
Yes.
that has the gold. Well, let us see what that is.
Yeah, it's Royal Immigrants.
Royal Immigrants. Tell us what that's about.
So I've always, to myself, felt like I could have been a fashion designer.
Really?
Yeah, but I never really pursued it because I had too many other things to pursue. But this brand, this logo is crowning yourself, not waiting for somebody to crown you or give you your royalty, right? This is for the people who got it out the mud and still going and still grinding. This is for the ancestors that were never crowned. And so this represents more than just a moment. This is like a movement, and this is for us.
I like that.
And I apologize.
No, go ahead.
But this right here, the first collection is called the Hidden Symbol Collection. And so I don't know if the camera can see, but right here, there's a crown on the back, and it's a hidden symbol. And it's hidden for a lot of different reasons. So I got the idea, the inspiration from the hidden quilts from Harriet Tubman's. To me, I was like, with the hidden quilts, it was the symbols showed you where you needed to go. And so I feel like with the hat, if we all have it, I just got inspiration from that. So
that's dope.
Yeah.
I like that. So we talk about crowning yourself. Was there a moment where you realized that it's time for me to crown myself? Like, were you always in that space, or did it take you time to get there? Were you like, you know what?
Put that on.
Yeah, let me put that on.
I think it took time. It took time because I didn't give myself enough grace. I didn't give myself enough care or love, self-love in the beginning. Like I was always trying to make sure I was going, so I never even paid attention to self for a long period of time. And crowning myself meaning loving myself. And so that's another representation of that. So it definitely took time. Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to talk about your authorship, and I'm going to ask you a couple of other questions. I don't know how much you can talk about the book.
Okay.
Because you're still working on it, right?
I am.
Can you give us a little bit about what the book is about and like what made you come up with? Is it your story?
It is my story. So originally, 10 years ago, I just started taking notes about my life and all the different experiences. And I got to a point where recently somebody asked me to author or co-author in a book. And then I did that, and it turned out amazing. And I was like, well, all of these notes I have about life and self, like, let's start to see if we can compile those together. And so I just really got inspired, and so I started going. So this book is about my life, my experiences, my trials and tribulations, my challenges, the whole nine, just me. Recently, last week, I was in San Diego, so I took the whole week. I went to San Diego, some solitude in the mountains, and just started writing. And I thought I would finish the book, but I wasn't able to finish the book because what I realized was there were so many more moments that came that I needed to note and write down, and I didn't have the opportunity to kind of dig into them. So, but it's about lessons. It's about the journey. The journey sometimes with being by yourself, and the journey with other people at times. The hardships, the challenges, the beautiful parts in life that you don't necessarily pay attention to because we're so busy chasing and trying to find and trying to get to what we think success looks like.
On your website, you talked about underdeveloped areas while keeping the culture's authenticity. What does that mean, and why is protecting the culture important to you?
Well, because you got gentrification, right? And so they're coming there, taking, and when I say they, I'm just saying investors from all different sorts, but they're taking pieces away from where we are. And I feel like, well, even just consider Brightwood, for example. I developed 6 houses in Brightwood recently. Actually, in the 46218 area, in the last 3 years, I've developed 20 houses.
Wow.
Right? But I still give the homeowners the ability to be creative in their own space and tell me what you want to see here, as long as it fits with what we're trying to build. you have that choice.
And many people build homes, but I feel like you build hope, right?
Mm.
In what you're doing. And what do you want people to feel when you see one of your finished projects?
Well, the same thing I feel, accomplishment, pride,
Mm.
sense of accomplishment, sense of finish, but finish strong with quality, instead of just getting it done, like finishing with quality. And to me, to be honest with you, I started in 2021, so every project I do, it gets better, and it gets better, and it gets better because I'm really hard on self. Because I want that product. I want you, when you ride past it or you know that I built it, I want you to know that my standard is my standard. And that's what that is. When you see it, it's a stamp.
I'm so proud, and you seem so
Mm.
serious right now. I feel, I
My
feel
bad.
like this is such a moment
Let me come back down.
that you're like you should be saying it with your chest, right? And I know you probably feel like that on the inside, but I just feel so proud. I've known you for a really long
I
time,
appreciate that.
but I feel like I don't know you,
Mm.
right? Because you do so many things that we probably can't even get to today,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Mentoring, right? I think there's some mentoring that you
I
do
do.
as well.
I do.
And you mentor kids. Like, do you bring people into your space and anything that you have going on?
So recently, I started this company. It's called Create Motion.
A fourth company.
Yes. But the company derived from a moment we were all sitting around and we're talking, and I was just giving ideas, and that's who I am. Like, if I feel like I can help, I'll help. Sometimes to detriment of self, right? But then I always I can't really look at it that way, but as long as it's a balance, because I feel like blessings flow through me and not to me. And so I've always mentored because I've always been mentored. I am not who I am by self. I am who I am by the love and the grace and the understanding of the people that helped me along my way. And so I want to make sure I get that back, for sure.
Nice. And in your book, how does that story connect to, I know it's kind of your story, but how does it connect to the man that you are sitting here today?
Because I think without that journey, of course I couldn't be me, right? Without those humble moments in life. There was a lot of humble moments. There was ego, and we had to go back and correct the ego, but there were a lot of humble moments in my life, seeing people I love betray me, seeing people I love leave, seeing myself get to a place and thinking that I've made it to a mountaintop and then fall all the way back down to the bottom. And so I think this book is that journey. It's just a journey of like balancing self. There's a saying, it's called mayat, and it just means balance, like finding balance. And even sometimes when you have to find balance where you are, right? Because balance doesn't necessarily mean 50-50. Sometimes balance can be 30-70, right? But as long as you understand where you are, you can still be balanced in that moment.
Oh, I like that. That's a nugget. That's definitely a nugget. What would you say your biggest asset or gain is to date?
That I've broken a generational curse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know where we came from.
Yes, absolutely.
Broken that generational curse, but then also, so there's this thing that I'm working on. It's called a theory. It's the 15-second theory, and that means so when we started the race, I feel like I was 10 seconds behind, and I feel like a lot of us are 10 seconds behind. And so the 15-second theory is I need to catch up on the 15 seconds. So I need to catch my 10 seconds up, but then I also need to give 5 seconds to my kids, right? So as they move on their journey, like they at least had some tools that I was able to give them to get them an advantage, right? So it's a 15-second theory.
You got a lot. This is a lot. This is a
My
lot of
bad.
information. And I think if you could tell people out there, like people that might be stuck in dreaming, right? They don't know how to make those dreams come to life. People who are trying to get where you are, what advice would you give those people?
Keep moving. Create motion. That's a shameless plug, but nah, you got to create motion, just one foot after the other. I read somewhere just like sometimes you don't even need to look up. Just keep your head down and watch it one foot go after the other and just keep moving. And I promise you, because if you don't die, then you still have a chance and an opportunity to get to where you're going. And so If I'm dead, I don't know any way that I didn't make it to where I was trying to get to.
Wow. You guys heard it from Larry Wilson, CEO of Ultra Elite Group.
Yes.
He runs Royal Immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
That's the wear, the hat.
Yes.
And is there other apparel?
So
is it swish? What you got going on?
I'm working
What
on a
can we
bag
get?
right now. So I'm working on a bag over. So all my branding will come from Africa.
Oh,
So I'm working on a handbag right now and a duffel bag, and so we're doing the prototype right now. And the material is like the same quality as Hermes. And some people say Hermes, so whatever. I went to public school, so
me
you know what
too.
I'm saying, I might mess that up. But and we're working on the belt. So and think about the Gucci belt. Instead of the Gucci belt, you have my logo. So you'll have this logo on the belt, right? And then the bag is really, really dope. So we're just working on a couple things right now. I'm still trying to get the product line straightened out. I need to bring some people in to help me with my vision.
Okay. So we can't get any of it today.
I was hoping to bring you a hat. I had a hat for you because I was gonna actually crown you.
Wow.
But I will. I'll give it to you. I'll get it to you at some point. So right now, no. It's just if I hand it to you, if you're deserving, yeah, for sure.
I love that. I was hoping I could get that sweatshirt you got on right today, but I'm pretty sure you're not gonna take it off for me. But
Yeah, nah. It's cold outside. It's cold outside.
well, I really want everybody to know how they can get in touch with Ultra Elite, right? The book is in the works,
Yes.
right? So make sure you look for the book soon. The gear is coming out soon. Make
Yes.
sure you look for that. But how can organizations or companies get in touch with you if they're wanting some development done?
Okay. So you can visit www.ultraelite.group.com. And then on the platforms, it's the same, just Ultra Elite Group. So on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, it's just Ultra Elite Group. So you can find me there.
Okay.
And then Royal Immigrants on Instagram.
Okay. And are you going to sell your books all over Amazon?
I haven't
Private
figured
website?
it
You
out
haven't figured it
yet
out yet?
because I didn't want to put the cart before the horse. I wanted to finish it strong and then figure the rest of it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, make sure you are following Larry Wilson, y'all, to see everything that he has going on. I really appreciate
I
you
really
coming by.
appreciate you. Again, your superpowers. I don't even know if you know how bright you shine, but you definitely shine bright. And anytime I've ever heard your name spoken, it's always been in a positive, great light.
Wow.
So I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. And it's always good seeing
Yeah,
you. I
for
was
sure.
telling, we still on camera. I was telling Jarrell that we grew up together. I feel like I know you, but I don't know you. But I know your family very,
Yes,
very, very
yes.
well. And I said, I feel like I didn't see him. He was maybe 12 the last time I saw him, maybe.
It was younger than 12.
Was it younger
Yeah,
than
it
12?
was younger than 12. By 12, I was out of here.
Really? So it was, you were little
Yeah, it was
then.
younger than 12. I think I left for Utah. I moved to Utah for a year. I think that was 11.
Oh,
I
wow.
want to say 11. Yeah.
So it's
So
been a long
it's been a
time.
minute.
It was really exciting when I saw you for the first time. I was like, oh, you look just like your mom.
Man, you talking about Linda. I'm like, nah, that's Lindy.
That's Linda.
But you know what though? Linda has played a inspirational, huge, pivotal role in my life. Like, Linda is my roadie. She's my cousin, my mother, my rider. Like, Linda, she'll go to war for me
I love her.
because she's already been to war for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah.
I love her. Well, I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, anytime. You have heard it today. Again, please make sure you follow Larry Wilson. You've tuned in to Get the Bag, Business Assets and Gains. Make sure you tune in again so we can tell you about what's in your bag.